Hi, welcome to I realize my socks are not a great match. Welcome to a 30-minute gentle yoga practice. My name's Kaylee. When you're ready, you can meet me in any kind of comfortable seat. I'm going to start cross-legged. If you need to prop your hips up onto a pillow or something to create a little bit more comfort for your pelvis, do it. Once you feel like you've settled into your space, just take a moment to actually use your visual sensation to help anchor a little bit deeper. See if you can scan your space slowly. So starting to take in and really deliberately take in one object at a time. Our brain is processing a crazy amount of sensory input every single second, and a lot of that input is coming through our visual sense. Just taking in your space, and then allow your eyes to soften, or maybe even close. If you don't want to close your eyes, bring your gaze to the tip of your nose or somewhere on the floor right in front of you. Otherwise, go ahead and close your eyes down, giving your brain a little break from processing all of that sensory information that your eyes are constantly giving you, and tune into your sense of hearing. Notice any sounds in your space. And see if you can shift your attention a little bit deeper, noticing the flow of your breath. And see if you can deepen the flow of your breath without straining, breathing maybe a little bit deeper into your lungs, letting your rib cage expand a bit more. As you exhale, letting the breath go, just letting it ebb and flow really easy for right now. Every inhale, without needing to force it, allowing the air to move a little bit further down your body, further down your spine, down lower into the lungs. So see if you can start to send your breath all the way down to your tailbone and your pelvic bowl. And take 2 more full breaths here. Breathing in through your nose, letting the chest expand, letting the belly fill. And then exhale, just softly letting go. Take 1 more breath like that on your own. And then blink your eyes open. Let's switch the cross of the legs here. So whichever foot was in front, trade it out. We're gonna bring a little bit of gentle movement into the body. So right hand down, left arm lifts. Find a little bit of energy in this side bend. It's not a big like muscle activation, but there is some engagement. So it's not totally loosey-goosey through the joints. We want those stabilizer muscles gently lighting up here. And then just bring that left hand down, reach the right arm up. Your bottom hand, see if you can press the heel of that bottom hand down a little bit. So you'll start to feel a little waking up through the left side of your waist. And then let's go side to side. And a nice flowing pace here. Maybe moving with your breath. Let your head come along for the ride here. So the whole spine is getting involved in this just easy spinal flexion, this easy side bend. Find some space in the side body from the outer edge of your hip all the way up, maybe all the way up into the top hand. Breathing just like this, just a couple more. So you can find a path of movement that feels really good in this moment. And then let's come through the center and take a spinal twist. So just gently bringing your hands out to the left side of your body as you lengthen your spine. If you went to the right, that's fine. We'll do both directions. So sit up tall, even as you're finding this rotation, and then try not to pull a ton into this twist. So instead of like cranking on, like cranking a wrench on a bolt that's like tight, think more about just this kind of soft, kind of almost like a milking motion. Lengthen the spine as you breathe in. Maybe you twist just a little bit deeper without forcing as you exhale. You can back off the twist a little bit, find some more length in your spine on the in-breath. And then maybe you twist a little bit deeper. One more breath here, lengthen and deepen. Look forward, take a breath in, and then let's twist to the other side. Same idea over here. Work with your breath, bringing awareness into your spine, sitting tall with your inhales. And then maybe finding a tiny bit more rotation, without forcing, without tugging as you exhale. And the inhale, you lengthen, perhaps you back off the twist a little bit. You might even look forward as you breathe in. And then twist as you breathe out. A couple more rounds of breath here. Spinal rotation and side bending that we're starting this practice with are such important movements to keep the spine healthy. Bring some energy and nourishment into those discs, those soft cartilaginous tissue between your backbones. Look forward, take a breath in, and then twist to the left just for your exhale. Come forward, breathe in, twist right as you breathe out. Let go of controlling the breath too much. Just take this side to side. A little bit of engagement through the abdominals, so that twist is coming from your very deepest core. Just like in the side bends, let your head come along for the ride. So the chin kind of tracks over your breastbone. Nice easy movement, last 3. And 1, go ahead and meet me on your hands and your knees when you're ready. No rush to get there. Transition to a tabletop with your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. And then let's circle the whole body over the wrists and knees. Big body circles here. Find some space in your lower back. Switch the direction of those body circles. And you can move at a pace that feels good for you. So I have a little bit of energy today. I'm moving a little bit faster than I might usually in this practice. Don't make that mean that you need to keep up with me. Come through the center. Drop your belly down, tip the tailbone up, soften at your elbows as you pull your heart forward for cow. Take a breath in, maybe your chin even lifts up. Tuck your tailbone, draw the abdominals in as you round your spine, chin to chest for cat. Slide back to cow, breathing in, tail lifts, heart pulls forward, chin comes up. Cat as you exhale, rounding into your back body. Go ahead and take 2 or 3 more on your own. See how smooth you can make this movement. So it's not really about the range of motion here so much as moving with a quality that feels smooth and fluid. When you finish that second or third round of your cat-cow, come back to hands and knees. We're going to extend the right leg back. And then look over your left shoulder. Bring your right toes out to the left side of your body, maybe all the way off the mat if that feels good. I'm going to keep my toes on the mat for today. Keep looking over your left shoulder. Lift the right hip just a little bit so it's in line with the left. And then maybe you tent the right fingers, a little balance challenge. Perhaps you reach that right arm forward. Finding a big side body stretch, stabilizing through your abdominals. Nice deep breath in here. Bring your right hand back down under your shoulder. Your right foot's going to step all the way outside of the right pinky finger, setting up for your lizard lunge. Stretch back through your left leg, through your left foot. I'm going to tent the fingers for today and come up a little bit higher. Feel free to keep your palms down, or if it feels great for you, you can come onto your forearms. And keep your right toes and your right knee tracking straight forward for today. There's nothing wrong with dropping the knee out to the right. You vastly prefer that variation. Sometimes just being more deliberate, though, can bring a little bit more awareness into the body and create a little length in the sides of the neck, and perhaps even soften your eyes or close them down again. Just to drop a bit deeper into the sensations in your body. 2 more rounds of breath here. Jaw is soft. You're on your fingertips or your forearms. Meet me on your palms, so palms down. That right leg still forward, right knee's tracking forward, right toes tracking forward. Reach your right arm forward, straight in front of you. Let your right shoulder gently shrug up toward your right ear. So we're not trying to keep that shoulder blade down the back when you extend through the shoulder. Let it lift toward the ear. And then sweep that right arm back behind you. As you sweep all the way back behind you, now go ahead and let the shoulder blade melt down toward your spine. We're going to reach the right arm forward again. Take that big half circle, rainbowing through your right arm and shoulder. Look down in front of you, in front of your toes, in front of your left fingers. And then sweep it back. Eyes are going to follow that right thumb. Let's do 2 more like that. Breathe in as you stretch forward. And exhale, find that twist. Once more like that. Big breath in. Big breath out. This time, bring your right hand underneath your right shoulder. Tuck the left toes under. Now lift the left knee, and then maybe take a big step to malasana at the top of the mat. So you can rock forward and backward, angle your right toes to the right. Eventually that left foot, however you need to get it there, steps outside of your left pinky finger. Perhaps your hands come into Anjali Mudra. If not, fine to keep the fingers down for a little balance support. Let the tailbone drop down. If your elbows are pressing up against the inner thighs, gently press the elbows outward as you breathe in. And then push the knees inward as you breathe out, sit a little taller. So we've got this dynamic tension, elbows pressing out, knees pushing in. Might feel a big stretch through the low sides of your back, the outer edges of your hips and thighs. Take a breath in, maybe you sit a little bit taller here, and then as you exhale, drop the fingertips down, lift the hips, straightening the legs out, let the head drop. Turn your toes to face forward. You can keep the feet split, bend the knees a bunch for ragdoll as you catch the crooks of the opposite elbows here. Find a little gentle sway, shifting your weight from foot to foot. Great chance to do a little neck chuck and give your chin a gentle nod forward and backward or side to side. Release your fingers down when you're ready, and then step your feet toward the back, drop the knees down. So we're going to be back in that tabletop position. Body circles or cat-cow. So your choice, either draw some circles with your body over your wrists and your knees, or you could be in cat-cow. If you're taking body circles, switch the direction. And then meet up in a neutral spine here. We're going to pick the left leg back this time. Try and keep the hips level. Pelvis is neutral. Look over your right shoulder. Left toes drop to the right side of your body, back behind you. So stay here, gently lifting up through the abdominals. Maybe you tent the left fingers. Keep that left hip level. Maybe you reach the left arm forward and over to the right. Find some space in your left side body. Keep pressing your right palm down, right underneath your right shoulder. Deep breath in. Left hand down, left foot all the way outside of your left pinky fingers. Find your lizard lunge fingers, pinky finger. You probably have one. Find your lizard lunge here. Lengthening out back through your right foot and leg. And can you soften through your right foot? Right, so that the sole of the right foot in particular. And stay here on the palms, or perhaps you come onto the tips of the fingers or onto the forearms for a little bit of a different variation of your lizard lunge for today. Left toes point forward, left knee points forward, and maybe that left knee is pressing in toward the outer edge of your left upper arm. You've got the whole left foot planted, but perhaps you can feel that you're shifting 80% of your weight toward the big toe mound, toward the inner edge of your left foot. The outer edge doesn't lift up, but the weight's shifting slightly toward that inner edge of your foot. Couple deep breaths, option to close your eyes and really tune into the sensations of the stretch. Where can you find a little space or softness in your body? The jaw, the neck. And then if you're on your fingertips or your forearms, palms come down under shoulders. We're going to reach the left arm forward. Feel your left shoulder blade shrugging toward your left ear. See if you can stretch that arm a little bit further forward. If there's something in front of you, I've got a curtain here, maybe you can actually touch something out in front of you. And then keep pushing into your right hand. We're going to backstroke that left arm, big half circle here. And let's do 4 or 3 more. I think we did 4 total on the other side. So 3 more times. Finding a path of movement that feels pretty good in your body. And still taking those big breaths in, big breaths out. All right, I lost count. Meet up with that left hand underneath your left shoulder when you're ready. And then we're going to tuck the right toes under. Step the right foot to the top for our malasana. Feel free to take a little rock forward and backward, get some momentum. And then big step or a bunch of little ones meeting up in malasana here. Let your eyes shut down if possible. And a bit more length in your spine as you breathe in. Elbows press out, knees press in on your exhales. 2 more breaths. All right. Release your hands back behind you. Meet me in a seat with your legs stretching out in front of you. No need to totally straighten the knees unless that feels really great for you. You might move some flesh underneath your sit bones here. Just going to take an easy forward fold, reach the arms up, lengthen through your spine, and then hinge forward, bringing your chest toward your thighs before you round your spine. Paschimottanasana. See if you can relax your feet here, relax your face. And notice as we linger in this stretch, if your body gives you some sort of message, if it's inviting you to drop a little bit deeper, or if you're getting some signals that perhaps it's really not appreciating the range of motion and you maybe want to back off a little bit. For the sake of meeting yourself where you are in this moment. It's so important to really dose these stretches appropriately. The difference between medicine and poison is the dose, right? So the difference between this stretch being really therapeutic and beneficial versus perhaps risking overdoing it is how deep we go into it. And assessing that out, really finessing that with your body. One of the best ways to do that is to come back to your breath. If the breath feels smooth, if your jaw and your face can relax, good indication that you're in a decent spot. If the breath starts to feel choppy, maybe you back off a bit. And when you're ready, start to walk the hands back, slowly lifting up, unfolding, shoulders coming up over your hips. Point and flex the feet, you push the heels away from you for a moment. And then we're going to set up for a seated twist. Bring your right knee in. You can interlace your fingers right in front of that right shin. And keep the right foot inside of the left leg this time for today. Keep your chest lifted, sweep your right arm back behind you. You can tent the fingers and then use your left hand to stabilize yourself. Left hand against the right knee somewhere, or the right calf. Look forward, take a breath in. And then switch sides. So setting it up, use your hands to lift the chest, pressing the palms into that shin. And then find that spinal twist, option to reach the right arm up and then catch your left knee somewhere. Bring some ease into the sides of the neck and the jaw. Look forward, take a long breath in. And then exhale as you release that leg. Bring your hands back behind you. Just an easy little counter stretch. Fingers point forward. Roll the elbows toward each other so the shoulders hug onto the back. And then if it feels great, you can drop the head in the neck. If you need more of a stretch, you can bring your feet down underneath your knees and lift the hips into a reverse table, a little more active, energizing stretch. Eventually, we'll meet up either in a comfortable seat or Shavasana. So you can roll out onto your back for Shavasana. Take some time to circle your knees over your hips if you need. And let your body find stillness. So instead of forcing Shavasana on yourself, can you let it be a gradual settling in? You can always take your legs up the wall or roll onto your side or your belly if you're more comfortable there. Wherever you land, once you do settle in, make your last little shifts and adjustments, it's totally fine to move mindfully if you need to. But ideally, for Shavasana, really letting yourself soak up some stillness as we move through a guided body scan. Make any last adjustments that you need so that you feel as comfortable as possible. And then as different parts of your body are mentioned, just notice the sensations in those areas. Wash the consciousness down the body as a way to reset and clear nerve pathways and energetic lines. Beginning by bringing your awareness to the crown of your head. Noticing any sensations in or around the crown of your head. Let the awareness move down through your entire scalp, Bring your awareness to the space between your brows. Notice any sensations in your brow center, the forehead and the temples. Bring your awareness to your eyes, decompressing any tension and finding some space as you let your eyeballs fall back and down. Bring the awareness to the mouth, noticing any sensations in the mouth, teeth, the gums, the jaw. And continuing to wash the awareness down through your neck and your throat, down into the shoulder blades, across the collarbones, down through the upper arms, the elbows, the forearms. Notice the wrists and the hands, inviting a softness into the palms of your hands. Let the awareness come back to your torso, noticing the sensations in your ribs and your chest as you gently allow the breath to fill your lungs and empty back out through your nose. And let the awareness move down to your middle back, the sides of your waist, and your belly. And continuing down into the hips and the lower back. Noticing any sensations in the pelvis. And down through the thighs, the knees, the lower legs, the ankles and the feet, allowing the soles of the feet to soften. And stay here for just a few more moments, inviting the entire body to soften, especially the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet. And if your mind's drifted to somewhere outside of this present moment in your body, on your mat, just gently nudge your consciousness, your awareness back into the space that you're practicing. And back onto the rhythm of your breathing. Perhaps allowing yourself to begin to lengthen and deepen your breath. Maybe nodding the head slowly from side to side. Continuing to bring some ease into the back of the neck, some softness into the body. Your arms will reach up over your head. Take a deep breath in as you bring your legs together. You might step the feet down under your knees if that's more comfortable. And then exhale your knees into your chest or slide your feet in as you roll over to either side, pausing in the fetal position just for a moment. You can take a second here to acknowledge yourself for maybe slowing down, stretching, giving your body a little bit of attention so that it can show up for you as best as possible as you move through the rest of your day. Meet me in a seated position, landing with your hands at your heart. We'll take a big cleansing breath here together. Drop your arms to your side, palms face up. Breathe in as you circle your arms up over your head, palms touch. And then exhale them right back to that starting point at your heart. Thank you for sharing some time with me. I hope that this practice served your mind, your body, your heart, and I hope to see you again real soon.